So I got a question, which was really great, which was uh, Daisuke, and very, very complimentary about the channel. So I was very flattered about that. And then this person asks, "Why? What was the genesis for my what did he say? My catchphrase at the beginning of each video. How did I start? How was I inspired to use that catchphrase at the beginning of each video?" And I think what the catchphrase this person he's referring to is when I say greetings from Tokyo, this is Daisuke. So the greetings from Tokyo little bit that I find myself saying at the start of most of the videos here on YouTube, at least the later ones. I don't think I said that in the earlier videos. So it was something that actually developed over time, and it wasn't anything intentional on my part. I wasn't in the neighborhood looking for a particular catchphrase necessarily to start each video, but it just happened over time, I suppose. And the word greetings, I like the word greetings. I like the way it sounds, and it's a word that I wish I could use more in my daily language, in my daily conversations with people, but unfortunately I don't. And so I suppose one day I just felt, oh, it would be nice to use the word greetings, and so it stuck. And I like, I don't know, there's something too about saying greetings. It gets the ball rolling, and I like that. It's a nice prompt as well, and it helps to get into a particular mindset that I need to get into sometimes when I do these videos of mine. That's not to say that what I do is, I mean, it's not like the greatest professional, polished videos on earth. So I get that, but just because I'm not a professional, I'm just a regular guy, I suppose, and so I'm not that used to making videos like this and talking and that sort of thing. So sometimes I just need a little mental prompt, a little push to get me into the right frame of mind, so I can focus. And so that little greetings from Tokyo, I think if anything else, it's also a little way to get me into the mood, for lack of a better phrase. And so it's such a great help for me. And so now it becomes a way for me to just, when I sit down, think about what it is I want to say on a video. Maybe I'm hesitating in my mind a bit, going back and forth. But once I say greetings from Tokyo, this is Daisuke, it can get into it, the flow, and it just feels natural that way. So it's a nice prompt for me as well, if anything. So and I just like the sound of the words. Then and the bit at the end too. What do I say at the end? I always say, it's kind of weird, I never think about it. It's weird like this because I always make a video and I just say it, and then I turn on the camera and I say greetings, and then I go into the whatever it is I talk about, and then I feel like I'm about to wind down, and then what do I say? I can always remember it when I'm doing the video, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's hard for me to remember it. Gosh, it's kind of like your phone number. It's like if you dial your phone number, you can. If I have to dial my own phone number for whatever reason, I can automatically do it. But if someone asks me what my phone number is, I have to think before I can. It's one of those things. But what was I saying? Yes. So the ending too of the videos. What do I say? It's please. What is it? Please. What do I say? What is it? Please be happy and healthy and well, and please keep on watching a lot of great movies. And I say cheers, and I like that feels also like a nice way. I like the way that the words are connected together, I suppose, because that's the whole point, I think, of what it is or a number of things that I want to do here, which is it's just a space to talk about movies. And movies are, for my money, they are a guide. They are a way in which we can learn about the world and ourselves. But they are also a place where we can forget about our cares and our worries and hopefully enjoy ourselves for an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever. Because a lot of the times I get this too, which is it's not always easy, and it's not always nice out there in the world. Things can be very tough sometimes, very rough, very stressful, sometimes even quite unpleasant, and I get that. So whatever opportunity there is for a little bit of a break, a little bit of a way to release stress or to unwind, I think is very valuable. And I think movies are a potential great source for that. And I therefore pride movies very much for that kind of opportunity. And so that's what I always think, because because keep on watching great movies. I mean, that's one of the things that in terms of our own points of commonality, things that we have in common. There are many points where we differ. We maybe are in different parts of the world, where we have different experiences, we have different knowledge bases, we have maybe different lives and the like. But the thing that, to borrow a phrase from Yoda, right, the thing that surrounds us and binds us, it's this love of this thing called cinema. And so I think that's always what I always that's a terrible way of saying, that's always what I want to emphasize, and I always try my best to do that, because I really believe that. And so so keep on watching a lot of great movies. I think that's right, because that's what we love. So that's why I think I say that. And I guess I tend to repeat myself. So I tend to say things like, not very, but I say very. And so I say, and then also I say, keep on watching a lot of great movies. I don't know, in my mind, whenever I say, what's better, keep on watching a lot of great movies or keep on watching a lot of great movies? I think great movies, I think sounds nice. So I always say great movies. It's just, I don't know, it's just a little maybe habit or a little tick that I have in terms of my own speaking. But it's something I like. I remember too, when I was doing writing in English when I was a student, I know that sometimes my English teachers, not often, my English teachers would essentially say that I tend to use repetition of words too much, and so the very great and things of that nature. But I don't know, I always like the idea of repetition, and it just adds a little bounce in the step. I don't know, but anyway, so that's why great movies becomes great movies. So I keep on watching a lot of great movies. And the and the ending too, which is cheers. Why do I say cheers? Why don't I say goodbye or take care or see you soon? I suppose I could say see you soon, and I suppose I could, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't know. The word cheers, I don't know. I like the word cheers because it's not goodbye. It's not like saying goodbye or farewell or adieu. And because I don't like saying goodbye. Do you? I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to say something as a way of saying goodbye, I'd rather say something else than use the word goodbye. So I thought, well, what about cheers? Cheers sounds nice. It sounds like saying goodbye without using the word goodbye. I don't know if that makes any sense. It's cheers. It's like saying goodbye, but it's not. It's almost like saying, I'm going to see you again very soon. So So that's why I like to use the word cheers, because it's just saying see you again very soon, bravo, well done, and good for you, and that kind of thing. My glasses raised to you. That sort of that it's just, I don't know. It just feels like it feels like a good time. And as I say, in my heart, I could say goodbye, but why don't I just say cheers instead? So I just decided to say it, I suppose, one day. I forget when, but again, not by design. There wasn't any purpose or anything like behind it, or anything of that nature. It's just, oh, it just sounds nice, and it stuck. And so, as I say, whenever you do these YouTube videos, there is I feel like there's a kind of flow that I tend to get into, and it helps me to try to speak about a particular topic over whatever it is, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, 30 or more, I suppose. But it just helps me to get into the flow. And sometimes I just need those little prompts, just to get me into a particular mindset so I can get going. So that's greetings from Tokyo. And then a little kind of nightlight. I can switch off the nightlight before I go to sleep, that sort of thing. That's the cheers part. So I suppose it's something like that. And so that's the general gist of why I suppose I use those ways to open and close a video. I never really thought about it; just happened, and it felt natural and right. And so I liked, as I say, I liked how the words sounded, and they seemed to be able to roll off the tongue rather smoothly. So I that's what I use. So, and it feels, how should I put it? It's how should I put it? Well, what was I going to say? I was going to say something, but it just left my brain. It just suddenly left my brain. I'm left with nothing. What was I going to say? I was going to say something. I don't think it was that interesting anyway, but I still wanted to say it. But it just happens, I suppose. See, this is the thing. I think that's probably the reason, right? It's because I tend to wander. I tend to be a little bit unfocused, and so I think one of the things that helps me to get focused, or at least as focused as I can possibly get. I think for a number of people, maybe my videos are quite unfocused indeed. But the point of the prompt, greetings from Tokyo, it just helps me to get into the right frame, because it helps me to be able to focus just that little extra bit. And with that, I can just go through and do a little, whatever it is, the comments that I might have, or that I've thought about regarding this particular film or that particular release or something. So I guess it's just the way that I think that's the kind of little prompt that my brain needs in order to be able to carry through with a particular sit-down recording like this. And then just to be able to say to myself, oh, okay, that's you can begin to wind down and start to finish up. And then I think that's where the cheers language comes in. So so for anyone who is interested, that's the general gist as to why I tend to open and close my videos with the same or similar language. Again, nothing purposeful, it just happened, and it just ended up the way it did. So